is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and welcome to day 23 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. Today is Saturday, so I do believe that Daisy is also joining us from Daisy Scraps. So I will leave a link down below to her channel as well. And then, as always, there will be a link to Christy and to Christina's channel. And I love this sketch. I think I could do this sketch over and over. It is definitely me. And which is kind of funny because the way the sketches came about was Christy's like, do you want to send me some sketches that you guys want to do? And both Christina and I have sketches boards on Pinterest. And we just told her, just go on Pinterest and pull them from our boards, and that will be our contribution. So when I was looking at this sketch, I was like, oh, I really love this. And guess what? I really love it because it came from my board. So this is a sketch from Stuck Sketches. It was created by I think it's Laura Webster. It's probably Laura Whitaker. Yes, Laura Whitaker. And I am a big fan of her sketches, actually. I have done several of them. So this one is no exception. And I am using a kit that I got from the Hip Kit Club when they had their big sale. So some of it is exclusive and some of it is from Pink Fresh Studios, Simple and Sweet. Like I know that background paper, I believe is an exclusive. So I knew I had these 3 photos of when we got to our room on the cruise ship, and they pack you in pretty tight. So there is a queen size bed, I believe, and then there's probably like 8 inches, and then there's a twin bed, and then there's a drop down twin bed on top. So I have a picture of Julianne as she's kind of like getting into her bed, which was kind of like the top bunk, and then I have one of my son kind of hanging out on his bed, and then there's one of Julianne and Christopher looking kind of out the window, because that was kind of my thing on the ship. Like it's not a whole lot more to get a window, and it's nice to have a window so you can kind of see our bed. So this was like when we first came in. Now, we did have friends, and they had another kid with them because they have 3. And there's actually a twin size bed that can drop down on top of the queen bed. So they really pack them in, which is crazy, but totally cool. You don't spend much time in there anyway. It's mainly just for sleeping. So I love this paper from Pink Fresh Studios, and it has all the different papers like from the collection, but I felt like they were getting lost. So what I did was I just took my pen and outlined each of the different pieces of paper so they stood out a little bit better. Now in the sketch there is a scallop, and I was contemplating using that scalloped paper over to the right, but my friend Sharon had this really pretty washi tape with scallops on it, and so I borrowed a little bit from her, and that is what I am using for my scallops. So I'm trying to figure out how my photos are going to sit on one another. And I think this is the placement that I am going to end up with. Yes, that is a true statement because now I am looking at it. So if you have seen my shed tour, you'll know that I have kind of a gallery wall behind where I sit. And that is where I have been hanging up all of the layouts that I have done throughout the month. And it really has kind of helped me keep track of where I am for 30 days of sketches, because obviously I've done these out of order. Like when I was at the crop, I just wanted to use the sketches that inspired me right then and there, and that was at the beginning of November, and now we are towards the end of November. So that's kind of helped kind of keep me on track, because I'm really nervous about missing one, or not making it on time. I know life happens, but I was really honored that Christy wanted me to join her, so I'm really trying to make it happen. So I do end up only backing one photo, and I wanted to actually highlight the one with my husband in it, but because that one was bigger, it really needed to be down on the bottom. So Lucas gets to be highlighted due to basically the size of his picture in this. So I did back it with the other side of that striped paper, and I am going to pop it up on some foam, and then I am going to do that same black outline so that piece of paper kind of stands out a little bit more. Now, I believe this die cut pack was an exclusive for the Hip Kit Club for whatever month this was. And I am going to use this title that says, "This Makes Me Happy" die cut. And I do believe that gets popped up on some foam as well. And it is going to sit right there. I'm going to add this ephemera piece that says notes, and that's where I will put my journaling, basically about the sleeping arrangements of the cabin, which is kind of fun. And the days that we were on the cruise were quite cloudy, so not that it has to be cloudy to have that cloud in there, but it makes a little bit more sense to me, at least. So just a couple of other things that I am going to add from this die cut pack. Just a floral and a banner and a butterfly that will get some foam. And then there's this exclusive epoxy shapes, and I'm going to add a couple of those. So I'm really looking to make that cluster over to the right a little more substantial where the butterfly is. So I'm going to add a heart, and the other one says "Hello Summer." And then I struggle with numbers. And there were 3 numbers on here, and it said 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, you know what? I got 3 pictures. I am going to put them on. And maybe that will kind of spark the journaling. I will do it more like a bullet, like 1, 2, and 3, and kind of explain a little bit more about the pictures based on the number of the epoxy that I put on. And that might happen. This particular one has not been journaled on. So obviously it didn't count at the crop, but I did explain to Amber that I was not probably going to end up journaling, because I really felt like I just wanted to create, and they're hanging on my wall, so I know which ones need to be journaled on before they come down and go in an album, which I am doing better about. I don't have big piles currently, so that's a big bonus for me. I am going to add some black splatters. I didn't bring any of my Heidi Swap color shines on this trip because we were flying, so I was a little worried about them leaking. I just brought my shimmers, And so I am going to use the shimmers in Kohl to do my splatters, and they're awesome. Like I don't necessarily feel like I needed the black. So I just dipped it in, added some water with my paintbrush, and did splattering in like a diagonal from the left up hand corner to the bottom right hand corner. So I hope this video is okay for you. I know it is a little bit different, but I had so much fun hanging out with my friends at this retreat, and I wanted to play with the sketches. So here is that. So I do have some close-ups for you, and they are coming up very shortly. This video is a tad bit longer, probably because I was chatting so much with Amber and Sharon and Jody and Sandy and Christina, so I wasn't working very fast. So there is the finished product, and remember to wear your crown, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.